It's good. It's your boy Postman. I hope you're having a phenomenal year. Hope you're having a phenomenal time, a phenomenal week, a phenomenal day. This video is a very special video. A lot of them are special, but this one is going to be the most valuable video you probably watched maybe in your entire life, maybe in the last week, the last month. But definitely you're going to get a lot of value out of this video if you pay close attention, because I'm going to be talking about turning your beat catalog into cash. And you have to understand, first and foremost, you are a wealthy individual. You're not poor. You're not broke. You may be short on cash, or you may have a good amount of cash but want more cash. And you have the wealth and everything you need right now. So be happy about that. You have everything you need right now. You just have to understand how the mechanism, the system, and how to turn your catalog, your beat catalog, the beats on your computer right now, into cash, into your bank account. Now, first, I want you to understand something. Get this in your mind, because this is a perception shift that's going to allow you to change the way you see things, and then it will allow what you're looking at to change. So if you're looking at your bank account, you say you want it to change. Well, it starts with a change in perception and how we see things. So first of all, I want you to see your catalog as your wealth. When you make a beat, when you put that beat in your catalog and you save it in your folder, that's your wealth. So if you have 500 beats in the folder, man, you're a wealthy individual. It's just about taking that wealth and transferring it into cash. And that's where a lot of producers make their mistake. And so it doesn't make much sense to me that you love to make music. You have this gift. You have a creative gift. There's the internet and technology where you can access anything on the whole planet just from your living room and from your computer, and you have all this wealth sitting here that you've created over the years, and yet you will rather go and take all of your time and energy and go to a job and trade your time and your life away for scraps, instead of saying, you know what, I built up all this wealth, how can I turn this into cash into my bank account? Now there's multiple steps to this and everything. I'm not going to make it seem like you're going to wake up tomorrow and like poof, but it almost is like poof. But imagine this, your catalog is literally your diamond mine. That's your gold mine. Back in the day, they had something called the gold rush in California. And in California, they had this thing called the gold rush. That's when somebody discovered gold, and then all these people started to move to California and digging up, trying to find a gold mine, so that way they can become rich and wealthy. Because, hey, you find some gold, you're rich. Well, now you already have your gold mine. You don't have to move to California. You don't have to move anywhere. Your gold mine is that catalog sitting right on your computer. But see, we weren't taught this in school, so we don't understand. We don't understand what wealth is and how to change wealth into cash. Now, think about it like this. Let's say you had a diamond mine, and now you find this diamond mine and have all these diamonds in it. Well, you can't go to the store and buy food with diamonds. You can't buy a house with diamonds. So you have to have a process, a system to take those diamonds that are valuable and turn them into cash. Well, how do you do that? Well, you have to find someone who finds diamonds valuable. You may find some diamond stores. You may find people who enjoy diamonds to wear them and whatnot. And so now you take those diamonds that are in the ground, you put them, now you have diamonds in a bag, and you still have to take that diamond, though it's wealthy, though like, hey, this is valuable, I still have to take that and transfer that into cash and give those diamonds to somebody else, and now it's cash in my bank account. Well, no different than you, right? Think about it. Your diamond mine is your catalog of beats. Now they're sitting right there right now. Just like if I had a diamond mine, or you had a diamond mine, and you took up the diamonds and put them in the bag, they're sitting there. They're not doing any good. They're just sitting there. And it's a process then to turn those diamonds into cash. And you can turn into a lot of cash. And so there's a process to turn those beats that you have into cash. And I find that that's where most producers go wrong, because they don't understand it. They're not looking at it like that. You just love to make beats. You're just like, hey, man, I'm just going to make beats, and I'm just going to, I just love doing this. I sit in the studio all day and do it. That's a blessing that you love to do something that creates value and worth money, because now you found your life purpose. You found what you can do to make money, and lots of it. But the question is, are you going to do what it takes to turn your catalog into cash? And what I find from producers, the main thing that's killing you is that you don't understand the principles of how to take that catalog and turn it into cash. I see producers all over the internet trying to sell beats online, talking about they want to get placements, all these things, but really don't understand the fundamental principles of how beats generate money for you, how to generate revenue, and then not just for today, but also 5, 10, 20, 30 years from now. I've met so many producers who were doing well at one time, and I can name their names, and you may know them, and then now they struggling to make any money with their music because they didn't understand the fundamental principles of having long-term cash and long-term wealth using their music. You know, you can produce something today. You can take your catalog today, and it can generate millions of dollars for you 20 years down the road, 30 years down the road, if you understand certain fundamental principles like songwriting credits, publishing credits, mechanical royalties, syncing royalties. See, these are terms a lot of producers don't know. The difference between exclusive and licensing, the real difference, not what we think. Most of the producers online are talking about they're selling exclusive beats or leasing beats. They're just copying off other producers, but really don't know what that means and how important it is. The difference can mean millions of dollars and being broke just by understanding the difference between what it means to lease a beat and what it means to sell it exclusively. Most producers have no clue what it means to really own the copyright to a beat and also own the copyright to the composition. Most producers, what we do is this. We just love making beats. We lay down a beat and hopefully someone buys it from us. If we put it up online, or we send it to submit it somewhere, and we say, hey, hopefully somebody buys it. And they know that you do not understand the fundamental principles of how you get paid as a music producer. So they can easily take your publishing credit, your songwriting credit, take the copyright from you, lock you up into an exclusive agreement, and then not use the track, and then now you're losing money on that track. I mean, there's so many different things that's important. You don't understand your ASCAP and performance. You don't have your performance rights organizations taking care of the distribution of your royalties. I mean, these are very important things. And the first thing that most producers don't even understand how to organize their catalog. Do you know how to organize your catalog? Do you have if you had 1,000 beats right now, could you go back to the exact beat that I said I wanted? If you got 1,000 beats, 1,000 tracks, do you know that there are specific ways that you have to organize your catalog so that way you can always go back to a particular beat when someone needs it, to the files and to everything? And there's also, if you get opportunities and you start amassing this huge catalog of music, of beats, you have to be ready to take advantage of that opportunity by having your catalog organized a certain way. A catalog is not a catalog if it's not cataloged. The act of cataloging something is logging it. So you have to know how to log your beats and log your tracks. That's very important. And again, I'm telling you this because this is valuable information. This is how you take your catalog and turn it into cash, is first understanding the principles of what it means to have a catalog. If you don't see value in a catalog, you'll never create wealth and riches with it because you don't see it as having value. Ryan Leslie, not too long ago, a couple years back, his laptop was stolen, and the first thing he did was say, look, I'll give $1 million. If anyone returns my laptop, I'll give you $1 million. That's not a little bit of money just for some beats on a hard drive. Because what did he know? He knew, and he said this in an interview, he knew that these beats, this is my catalog, this is my wealth. I've been spending years building this up. And I know the value of this catalog is worth millions of dollars now and into the future. Whereas most producers just see it as a hard drive with some beats on it. You understand what I'm saying? He knew how it was so valuable. He knew, like, yo, I will give $1 million because I know this is, if he's willing to pay $1 million for it, he knows it's probably worth tens of millions of dollars. And you say, well, mine's not worth that much. Why not? If you got hot beats, then why wouldn't they be worth that much? Because you don't see it as that valuable. And one thing that we know in life is that if we don't see it, we can never be it. And we understand that. You know that already. So if you see it as valueless, you'll never get money for it. You just like, have you ever heard of people who go to a yard sale and they buy something for like $10 and then it ends up they reselling it for $1 million, $2 million? That happened. Just go to Google one day and look that up. It's amazing. They call it trash to treasure, where people go to yard sales. There's people who go to yard sales and make huge amounts of money just finding things that are valuable and antiques at people's yard sale, and then go resell it, buy it for $5, $2, and resell it for hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars. Now, how does this happen? Because it's not that it was any less valuable when the person had it and sold it for $5. It was just that they didn't perceive it as value. You understand that? That's very important for you to understand. Not that it was less valuable, they didn't perceive it as valuable. So then they just gave it up for practically nothing. And the person who did see it as valuable, what did they do? Resell it and made millions of dollars. That's what you're doing right now. You say, how am I doing that? Because you don't see your catalog as valuable, so you'll never do the things to turn it into cash because you yourself don't see it as valuable. And these are laws of the universe. This is the law of nature that I'm talking about here. As long as you perceive it as having little value, that's all the little value you're going to get out of it. Little value. Some producers see it as having, a couple $1,000s per month in value, and that's how much they make. Some producers see it as having their catalog is millions of dollars, like Ryan Leslie, and they make millions of dollars. It's a mindset shift. But it's about taking your catalog and understanding that this thing is valuable. This is my wealth. So I'm going to dedicate my time and resources to building this catalog, making it very, making this thing hot. Now, you can't have no bunch of garbage in there. You got to have a nice, hot, fire catalog. Spend your time making your catalog, organizing your catalog, and then spend a lot of time taking that catalog and putting it in different revenue sources and putting it in different streams of revenue and bringing that back so it can now, instead of it goes out as beat and comes back as cash into your bank account. Man, I'm telling you, it's lovely. I've been doing this. I get royalty checks every quarter from beats that I dropped off in 2010. Why? Because I understand royalties. I understand sync royalties. Do you understand that? Because I get what they call syncing royalties. You understand what I'm saying? I understand copyright. I understand all these things. I understand it don't even matter who make the track. It's about whose name is on it. Now, see, do you understand that? It don't matter who made it. It's in your catalog, but who's getting credit for it. So you see producers sometimes who get screwed over because they don't understand the fundamental principles. And most producers in this game, I'm telling you what the problem is. I've taught tens of thousands of producers. It's documented. You see it. You can go to YouTube channel and see millions of views on YouTube from me. You see one video with hundreds of thousands of views. You see me year after year teaching producers, Facebook, Twitter, email, all YouTube. So I know the number one thing that I see, the problem is that you in this music production game and don't really understand the fundamental principles of how to get paid. One of the best businesses, in my opinion, is the music production business, because you have the potential of taking one beat and generating millions of dollars in revenue without you doing any more extra work. You can place it somewhere. Let's say an artist gets it and they put it on a single. Now you're getting performance royalties and getting that money back. Off one track, you can generate millions of dollars. Or you can generate thousands of dollars just by putting your music on the internet. Tens of thousands of dollars every month. Just by putting your catalog on the internet and then going the independent route. Or you may go the major route and get high fees. I mean, there's so many different ways, but the ultimate thing is that there's always a need for music because it's a high consumption rate. And two, it's so easy to take that catalog and turn it into money because there's so many different strategies and structures for you to do it. But one of the things that I find, again, is just that the ignorance of the fundamental principles of how to have a real career in music production. And most producers operate like this. They operate year after year, day after day, month after month, week after week of doing the same things and and not getting results. So it'll be one day in the future, it's all going to come together. Even though you don't understand the fundamental principles of how to prosper as a music producer, the principles of prosperity as a music producer, but yet one day in the future, you're going to prosper. That's what you think. Even though day after day, day after day. You know what I'm saying? And you don't realize that the problem that you're having is that fundamentally, it's first of all, the way you see you don't understand the value that you have in your catalog. You may talk it, but you don't really see it. You don't really feel it and understand the value of that catalog and the wealth that you've created for yourself. So if you talking to people and you saying I'm broke or I'm poor or I ain't got this and if you're not telling people you're wealthy, that means already psychologically you know that you don't see your catalog as value. Because if you got a catalog of 300 hot beats and you telling somebody that you're not telling people, yo, I'm wealthy, and you don't feel like you're lying, that's because you only see wealth as what you've been programmed to see it as. Things that other people told you was wealth, like a house or some cars or some jewelry or a whole bunch of shit. And you don't see what you have as, hey, you probably the wealthiest person that you know, but because of your perception, you haven't been taught. You didn't go to school and they didn't say, your catalog of beats is wealth. Because no one ever told you that, you don't see it. You don't even see it as that. But I'm telling you, like, yo, you got something there. You got wealth, probably more wealth than most people that you know. But you don't know how to take that wealth and turn it into cash. So because that missing link is there, what's happening is you're sitting on it and you're going and doing things like going to work every day, which is fine. That's a good start. But the main thing you should be doing when you get off work is saying, I'm going to take this catalog and turn it into cash so I ain't never got to go to work again. You understand what I'm saying? And then when you don't, here's what happens though. If you don't understand the fundamental principles that you're dealing with, what happens is you may make some money and you may quit your job, but what happens is in the future you're going to be struggling and broke. Because you really didn't know the principles of what you were doing, the principles of prosperity, the principles of royalty structure, the principles of publishing, the principles of music production and how to get paid, because you just made beats, copied other people, and started going online and copying leasing agreements and exclusive agreements, not really understanding what it is. I've seen producers get screwed left and right and left and right and left. I know producers who produce for Justin Bieber come back with 20 cents in royalty checks. I'm like, how could you get 20 cents? Oh, because I signed this particular deal. I done seen guys lose because, I signed this deal with this record label. I asked them, why did you sign that? Well, I didn't know. I love making music. They said I could just make music all day. But they gave you a $100,000 loan. Huh? Yeah, and you got to pay it back. Yeah, well, how you gonna pay it back if they taking your publishing and your songwriting credit, and you only getting a small percentage on how you gonna pay that back? I don't know. I just was, and they making millions of dollars. Well, how does that happen? Because that producer didn't know the fundamental principles of what we're dealing with. I'm not telling you stuff that I'm making up. I'm telling you these are real stories that I know because I meet these producers all the time. You understand? With Live Off Beats and work that I've done with producers, I work with super producers, I work with up and come producers, I work with middle level producers, I work with producers that are legendary. Behind the scenes. I'm not putting videos up about it because these are behind the scenes private matters, but I'm just telling you. I've seen a lot of bad deals, a lot of things happen that now this producer could be sitting really nice. They could be buying a home and having a nice 6-figure amount in their bank account, but instead they're struggling because the fundamental principles they didn't understand. And so you had a label take advantage of that, or you had other entities take advantage of that ignorance because you didn't understand the fundamental principles of how to turn your catalog into cash. You see, if you don't know how that cash is generated and brung in, then what's going to happen is you're going to do deals because it may look good on the front end. It may look good. They may put $10,000 in your pocket today. You might say, hey, I need to pay some of these bills. Hey, I'm cool. Thank you. And you miss out on $1 million on the back end. I've seen that happen, man. I'm telling you, that happens. It happens every day. And if all you gotta do is go online and just see how many producers have been screwed, man, you'd be like, yo, how does this keep happening? Because there's nobody teaching you the fundamental principles. But here's the beauty of it. Once you understand the fundamental principles of prosperity for a music producer, man, I tell you, man, you're gonna be so excited because now you know what to work towards. Now you know where the money actually comes from. And so you not only can you not be played in a contract, now you coming in saying, oh, I already know how to turn this into cash. I'm gonna make a gang of money because I know where to put my beats. I know how the structure, how I should be paid. I know exactly how much I should be paid. And I know the revenue streams that I can use to bring in cash. Not just one. You don't want to just have one revenue stream as a music producer. That's the worst thing you can have is one revenue stream. I know producers who always have one. They got a producer I know producers that get major placements. That's all they doing is chasing that. And then when the major placements slow down, they be struggling. House go away, repo man come in because they only have one revenue stream. And once that slows up or dries up, they didn't. You understand what I'm saying? They didn't have no other revenue streams as a producer. And that's what I'm saying. So I did an audio course called Catalog to Cash. And it's a whole series. In the first series, we're going to be talking about the foundation principles of prosperity for music producers. So you can download that audio right down there. It's an audio course. It's not just one audio. And we're going in. You're going to be learning the fundamental principles. First of all, what is a catalog? How to see it as value, changing your perception. Again, you could download this right now. Don't wait another moment. Don't wait till next week. Now, because this is the best time in history for you as a producer to take your catalog as wealth and turn it into cash. If you need some extra cash, you got it right there in your catalog. You say, man, I want to buy a house. It's in your catalog. I remember RZA. I got him on camera telling me. RZA, the great RZA, like, yo, man, you can't live off beats. He said, I bought a house off beats, off his catalog. That's what he said. Well, you're no different. You just don't have the fundamental principles on how to do it and the right perception. So I did your catalog to cash series. I'm telling you, this first audio course, it's a series. The first audio course, the foundation principles of prosperity for music producers. And that's what you need to download right now. And trust me, I know I usually charge $50, $100 for stuff like this. I'm gonna give you practically nothing because I truly feel in my heart that this is something that you need and it's going to really excel you to that next level. If you've been sitting there kind of grinding your wheels like, hey, what's my next step or what's going on? If you're not going around telling people you're wealthy, that means you have the wrong perception. You need to get this audio right now, because that means you're sitting on your wealth and now your mind is programmed to see yourself as not wealthy, and you're going to continue to struggle for the rest of your life. I'm telling you how it works. You don't believe me? I mean, I got over 300 books that I've read on the subject. I mean, you know, my father's a professor of psychology. I understand this stuff. You understand what I'm saying? He's a doctor, PhD. So I understand the human mind and how it operates. So you can make as much money as you want, but it starts here. So in the Catalog to Cash series, the first thing we're talking about is changing your perception on your catalog, and what is a catalog and how to build it properly. Man, how to organize your catalog and how to actually build that thing so you can actually take advantage of it and put your beats to places that can generate cash. Most producers don't know how to organize their catalog, and there's power in organizing your catalog. I'm telling you, that's the most important thing. It'll bring clarity to your mind, and also it'll make it to where when you get opportunities, you're already ready. And they have a saying that luck is preparation meets opportunity. Well, here's the truth of that matter. It is when you're prepared, opportunities show up. In fact, a lot of the opportunities are already around you. You can't see them because you ain't prepared for them. And if your catalog ain't organized in the proper way, the universe won't show you the opportunities that you have right in front of you because you ain't prepared. So trust me, just by organizing your catalog this way, you'll start to see results and start to see opportunities attract to you to turn it into cash. You may say, Postman, I'm crazy, but I'm telling you. You may think I'm crazy, I'm telling you. So another thing we're going to talk about is the legalities. You got to understand how the legalities work. So if you ever had any questions on copywriting, how to copyright a beat, should you copyright a beat, how to copyright it, can you copyright multiple beats, who owns it, all that kind of stuff, we talk about that in the Catalog to Cash series that you're going to download right now. If you're asking how do you get paid, what about, I don't understand all this royalty structure, that stuff is confusing, and it's confusing for a reason, because if you don't understand it, then they can take advantage of you. But if you understand it, man, you can make so much money, it's ridiculous. Like right now, I get my partner, shout out to Kev, man, he called me when they're like, hey man, did you get that royalty check? You check your account. I'm like, man, I didn't even check because I don't even keep up with the schedule. It's like free money just comes to my account. It's crazy because I understand royalty structures and I understand how to do all these things in order to turn my catalog to cash. So another thing you got to understand is all the different royalty structures, how to get paid. I break it down simple so you can understand it. It's confusing. If you read it, it just seems all confusing. I break it down, how to get paid, your royalty structures and everything. So you have to worry about that. And foundational principles. Another thing we talk about is you're going to learn the 3 revenue streams for a music production business. So right now, you're a music production business, you got a catalog. There's 3 main revenue streams you need to be taking advantage of right now. In the audio series, we're going to be telling you about these revenue streams and how to take advantage of them. And that way you can start turning your catalog to cash. Now, when you got 1 revenue stream, you're in trouble. 2 revenue streams, you're doing better. 3 revenue streams, you're living a dream. You understand what I'm saying? When you got 3 revenue streams as a music producer, you're living a dream. And we're going to talk about those 3, how to get paid from those 3, and where you can place them in order to turn your catalog into cash, man. I'm telling you, this is a phenomenal audio series. I'm giving to you practically nothing. Download, listen to it, and it will change your life for the rest of your life. Because I'm telling you, I know your problem. I know where you're trying to go. You've told me, producers have told me. I understand. And so what I'm doing is bridging that gap. So if you're here, you're like, man, I make these beats. I love making beats. I have all these beats on my hard drive, but it's not necessarily transferring into cash in my bank account. There's a gap there. Because remember, life doesn't stop, so it's keep going on and on and on and on. So a year from now, you'll be in the same position if you didn't do anything different. 10 years from now, you'll be in the same position with the same gap. So here you are right here. This is you. You got a hard drive full of beats. You love. You found your love. You found your passion. People tell you, follow your dreams, follow what you love, and that's true. Then here is the cash. You got the catalog here. Here's the cash. This audio series is taking you from having a catalog and how do you turn it into cash in your bank account. And it's right there ready. If you got the catalog, the cash is right here. The cash ain't coming out of the sky. It's already on the planet. But you're not magnetizing your catalog and attracting the money and putting it in places where the money can come and flow to you. If it's sitting on your hard drive, it's collecting digital dust. It's not collecting money. So that's the difference. And I'm a firm believer that if you create something valuable, you should have money in your bank account. If you found what you love, you should be getting paid for it. You should be sharing it with the world. Your music shouldn't be locked in no goddamn hard drive. If God gave you this creative energy to create something so great, you lock it in a hard drive, and now the whole world can't even be blessed by what you create. Man, that's not the way it's supposed to be, man. That's the way you think it is, because that's the way you've been programmed. But I'm breaking you out of that. Post, man, just call me the goddamn the freedom man. You know what I'm saying? Call me the redeemer. Call me Post, man, the freer. I'm freeing your ass from that craziness, because here you are on the internet, access to the entire world, to every artist, to every label, to every TV. You got access to everything you ever could dream of. You got a catalog full of hot beats. And here you are just still mowing around, saying, what do I do? Catalog, cash, get the audio right now. Audio series, Catalog to Cash. It's the first installment of the series, Foundational Principles of Prosperity, which is you got to understand the foundational principles. A lot of times, people in life in general, they say, I want to be successful, I want to do all this stuff, but don't even want to get the foundational principles. We try to skip steps. So if you've just been putting beats online, trying to sell them, you really just been kind of copying what you've seen, or you just kind of got, you just online selling beats, but didn't understand the foundational principles, then you need this audio course. If you don't understand all these things, man, you'll never have a career and have a successful career in music production, because you don't understand the foundational principles of what success is about as a producer. How do you have these different revenue streams? How do you get paid? How do you make sure you're paid 10 years from now? Not just today, but how do you have it to where your beats is making money for you? Your catalog generating money for you, even if you ain't working, man. That's why I say it's the best business in the world, because you could be generating money with you doing something else. You could be in the studio and your beats generating money for you. You ain't even got to do nothing. It's already generating the money. I ain't did nothing for TV in 5 years, man. I still get capital every quarter. I ain't even did nothing for that. It's just generating money, because you can put your music places and it'll generate money for you without you having to work in passive income, man. I'm telling you, this is the best business in the world if you understand the foundational principle. That's why I'm telling you. Right now, click down. Don't wait. And trust me, the price is going to go up, because I know how valuable this is. I just want to get you to get this thing right now, so I'm putting it down as cheap as possible, just so you can get the information and be like, Post, my life has been changed. You understand what I'm saying? That's what it's about. Me changing your life with this information. That's why I'm on the planet. So I'm giving to you for practically nothing. Now I got to get paid something, because hey, it's bills that got to get paid. This costs money to make. It's not free. But at the same time, man, I'm just trying to get it to you, so I'm not going to, be charging you all those type of exorbitant fees, man. Practically nothing, man. Just basically a small donation, man. A small, what I'm saying, just say thank you. Download the audio series, man, and watch it bless you, so you can turn your catalog into cash. Not today, not just tomorrow, but man, 20, 30, 40 years down the road, man. Your kids can live off what you've created today. Your grandkids can live off the catalog you create today. Your grandkids can still be getting paid. That's how beautiful, man, this thing is, man. That's your wealth, man. Some people invest in real estate, fine. Some people invest in all kind of businesses and stuff, that's fine. Some people invest in the stock market. You've invested in learning music production and invested in your catalog. That's how you got to look at it. So now you have to understand the principles. Just like if you go find a rich stock broker or investor, stock investor, you don't think he knows the foundational principles of how to turn that stock into money? How he doesn't know different. He doesn't know what a PE ratio is. You think he just doesn't know? You think there's any successful person who invests in stocks who make money who doesn't know the foundational principle? And there's a lot of people who invest in stocks who lose their money. I bet you if you ask them the foundational principles, they don't know. They're just like, hey man, you just put the money in there, and then if it goes up, you sell it. That's the only thing they know. They don't know the real foundational principles, man. If you look at any area of finance, look at real estate. There's some people who crush it year after year after year after year, crush it. And if you ask them the foundational principles, like Rob Kiyosaki of real estate and how to make money as real estate, they can tell you the foundational principles. And you got other people who lose money all the time. If you said, hey, give me the foundational principles of prosperity in real estate, you know what they're going to say? Oh, well, you just buy a house, and if it goes up, sell it. And you wonder why they don't make that much money. But that's the masses. So if you ask the average producer, well, how do you have prosperity as a music producer now and into the future? Oh, man, you just sell some beats, man, and you just hopefully artists want to use them, and and that's how you do it. Have a hit single, man. Try to get placed on a major album. They don't know the foundational principles, man, of prosperity as a music producer. So they don't know exactly what to be going after, what goals to set, what their day-to-day tasks should look like in turning their catalog into cash. If you don't know the foundational principles, you don't even know what you're going after, man. So download that audio right now. Not going to be up for long at this price. So I need you to download it right now. Also, there's some bonuses. We got bonuses too. So look down there and look and see what the bonuses are. And trust me, man, you don't want to miss this. You need this right now. Take advantage of it. It'll put you light years ahead of all the other producers. I'm telling you, man, this is it. So download the catalog, the Cash series, the foundational principles of prosperity for music producers, and download that audio series right now, man. I'm telling you, man, it's going to be something that's going to be life changing for you, because now it's going to, you've been like this. Now it's going to set you on a straight course to success as a music producer. I promise you, man. That's why I was done. I know what you need, man. You can do it. You can be a great producer. You can have a career. Don't get caught in the traps of the other producers that got caught in. You just have to understand these principles and how to utilize the different revenue streams as a music producer, man. You got to get this audio series right now. Don't wait till tomorrow, man. People who wait till tomorrow, wait till next week and all that stuff, they don't ever go nowhere. You know that. You know that. They ain't going nowhere. If you ask any successful person, I know millionaires, I know all kinds of other people, man, and I'm one of them. And my friends that are successful, we take action now. We don't like to wait next week and next year to learn that because we know that tomorrow never comes. Tomorrow it'll be another day. So I want you to take advantage of this right now, man, and do this for yourself, for your future, because it's about doing what you love in this life, man. Don't waste another moment doing what you don't want to do, man, because you got to survive, man. This ain't about survival, man. It's about doing what you love, man, and creating a vision in your mind and living your dream and your vision of what you want your life to be like, and blessing the world with your creative gifts and your talents. It's always been about that, man. And now we have an opportunity to where we don't have to depend on these corporate structures, but we have, as independent producers, the ability to make a lot of money and make our own decisions and choices and be proactive in creating the life that we want to live with the gift that God gave us, which is to create music. And so if that's the case, if that's you say, that's what I want to do with my life. And I don't mean that's the only thing you're going to do, but that's the thing you want to do right now. And you say, you know what, I want to create prosperity and really take this thing serious, man. Stop playing with it. Say, you know what, I got this gift, and I have the ability to create my reality just like anybody else. Timbaland created his as a producer. Pharrell created his, and Hit Boy created his, and you can create yours. But you have to make a decision. And if you're not going to make that decision right now to get this audio course, then you know where you at. Don't trip about it. Don't get mad next week and say, man, why I ain't got no blessing, and don't get mad. Just know. Just say, you know what? I know I'm gonna be next year, because I'm not taking advantage of opportunities the universe showed me. You cannot be watching this video unless this was attracted to you because you had the question of, damn, or the burning desire. How do I succeed as a music producer? How do I make money? I got these beats. How do I turn to cash? Or a desire to really live off this. That's the only way you can watch this video. This is law of attraction at work. We all magnetize things that we want. The question is, are you going to be aware enough to see this is what you've been asking for? And so you need to get this audio series right now, because that's what you've been praying for. The answer is here. But some producers, what they're going to do is they're not going to get it, and they're going to go be crying next week, praying and crying and wondering why my life ain't, and the universe is giving you right here. As soon as you ask for it, I'm already there. Asking, you shall receive. This is the answer you've been asking for. How do you know, Postman? Because I've been doing this shit for 10 years now, helping producers, so I already know. I know what your dreams are. I know what you're asking for. When you go to sleep, I know you get frustrated going to places to make money and doing things you hate when you got a keyboard right there and you do that for free and you love doing it. This is the answer. This is what you've been praying for. So download that right now. Catalog to Cash. Foundational Principles of Prosperity for Music Producers. It's going to blow your mind, because when I do something, I really put game in there. It's way beyond anything you can imagine. It's not, what I'm saying? Trust me on that. But download that right now. Click the button down there. Make the investment. It's a small investment compared to, imagine, what would you invest to have a lifetime of prosperity and cash doing what you love? What would you invest today? How much is that worth? Even if you can make just $50,000 a year doing what you love as a music producer, how much would that be worth to you today? How much would you invest to have that type of lifestyle doing what you love, man? To me, it's priceless, man. To do what I love to do and not have to answer to nobody and do something I hate, that's priceless, man. Living life on my terms, what I enjoy, that's priceless, man. That's priceless, man. I'd invest whatever. I'd invest everything I had if that was the case. But that's me. But that's what separates people who actually live their dreams from people who always wishing and you around, and people always talking about what they would do one day in life, and it's people who actually get it done and do it. You understand what I'm saying? Because I invest everything that I got if I knew that this was going to be the thing that's going to take me to where I'm trying to be, or if it was just a stepping stone in the right direction to get me where my dreams are, to where I can live the way that I want to live and do the things I love to do. You understand what I'm saying? So get that audio course right now. Get it. You're going to be sending me a testimony, and I already know we got a ton of testimonials that come in all the time from producers, and you're going to be one of them that's going to be sending in about this course. Trust me, I know. So, man, I'm checking out, man. I love you, man. Whether you get it or not, you part of the family. I would suggest you get it, though, man. I'm telling you. And I'm not just saying that because it's me. I'm telling you, man. I know I'm doing it for 10 years, man. I would have been quit doing this if I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? If I just was doing some BS, I'd have been quit. You understand what I'm saying? It wouldn't be worth it, man. But I know. You know what I'm saying? This is one of my purposes. So get that right now. That change your life. Catalog the cash. Let's get it.